You know what your job is? Watch for fires. If you see an abnormal amount of smoke coming from somewhere, blow me up. All right, so I'll show you what we're doing. I know I told you I was done with the bed and everything, but so I had to cut my fender wells quite high to get the tires to not hit when it articulated up. So we're gonna do another little short thing on this. So what I'm doing right now, these inner fenders are not gonna work, but I want them to appear like they're still all right. So we're gonna run down to my car pile right now. I got an old Dodge, a 60 something Dodge, maybe it's a 70s. I don't know, it's old Dodge. And I'm gonna cut the inner fender wells out of the bed of it. I'm gonna graft them into this one, and it'll look like they were meant to be here, and it'll look good, and they'll be tall enough, they come up here, tie in, and everything will be good, so. All right. Yep, those are my fender wells right there. That's gonna make my life way better. So we'll go ahead and remove them with this here thing. Check some stuff out. I can't remember how much of a pile this car is.
I don't think that door opens. I know the suspension's clapped on it.
We may have to do something cool with this car one of these days. This may have to make its way to Cletus. I have to have a blower hanging out the hood and go do some serious burnouts with this car one of these days. It's pretty solid. I mean,
Other than
it's got some stuff in here.
yeah,
But everybody needs stuff. It's got a back seat. That's good enough. The door's shut. Does it have anything under the hood? Looks like this is pushed in.
oh, a little.
Yeah. We can fix all that. I mean, we can just cut a big hole in the hood for the blower and that'll be good enough. We'll do something with this car, but I could see it making lots of smoke one day. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
11 inches. Trying to decide which. Oh yeah, these are way taller. These are the ones.
That hood's pretty straight.
Was. Let me put these ear plugging devices in. You know what your job is?
What?
Watch for fires. If you see an abnormal amount of smoke coming from somewhere, blow me up.
Okay.
We'll go from working to fighting fires. Okay, I think if I just cut it straight off right there, I'm gonna have plenty of fender well. That's what I'm going with. We're either gonna have enough or we're gonna wish we would have taken the whole thing. But the other one, we're gonna have enough. Maybe I'll cut it on an angle.
I think you're gonna need one of these.
I'm out of stuff. No smoke anywhere.
Nope.
Yeah, now I guess I'm gonna have to lay underneath and cut that piece. One replacement fender well.
Looks like the tires rubbed on it a little bit.
Okay, now we'll just cut the other one out and we'll have them. Got it. All right, let's take our fenders and go home. All right, we got some fender wells harvested. Now we'll go back, cut them up, get them welded in and fit. Get the bed done. All right, there's starts of an inner fender Got her chopped down. I got to do a little more trimming up here to get this contour right. It's going to end up taking about 1 inch out of this top part, and then it'll lay right over, start looking like it should. All right, today in the shop, I'm going to get after this FJ. I got to get front end done on it so I can start on the controls and get everything plumbed and hear this thing run. So first things first, fenders. We got to unbolt this part of the fender. Should be pretty easy. And then we can bolt it into this front end. And then I got to chop a little out of right here to get them to set in. As you can see, this body line's not quite right. So we'll start doing that. And we'll get this thing looking proper. And then we'll deal with what the front fenders are going to look like. Here we are to this point. I got to cut those out so that it will drop down over the frame and give me the right body line. So we'll cut those out, and then we're going to make a mound on that part of it so that I can bolt it down to the frame. So I'll cut those out real quick and we'll show you what it looks like. Quite hot. Not low enough. That's got to go down some more. Right tight to those signal lights. It's going to be pretty close. This is the gap that I'm looking at, so we got to drop the hood a little more. I mean, this needs to be somewhere in that area. I need that gap better. So you can see that it's not right yet. But the problem I've got, I've cut this as far as I'm willing to cut it up. So now I got to notch the frame. I'll probably take 1 inch of the frame out, flip it upside down and weld it back in. That way it'll have a nice little trough to set in. I can make a good mount for it, drill it and tap it, and bolt her down right there. So that's what's going to work. I was off on my frame calculation just a hair when I should have came down a little bit more and then out. It would have worked, but still going to work just dandy. All right, so I'm trying to get an idea of where my fender even has to be here. I'm going to do a little flexing on it. Alright, so it's just barely higher. If you look straight across it, looks like it's going to be in this area somewhere, so we'll figure this out here. Okay. Close, but it's not interfering right here yet. Super close. I'm thinking if I come up a couple inches on that, I should have plenty of clearance. Everything will be happy. Alright, so I've been throwing some tape on here trying to figure out where I'm going to cut this out and how I'm going to make this work. I need to continue this up to there, and then I need to move all of this up. So I'm going to have to section a little piece of this out to move it up. I got a lot of work ahead of me on these fenders to make them look proper. Can't decide if I just want to build some pipe fenders for it, tube fenders, and make those look good and work, or if I want to use the original FJ fenders. I think the originals are going to look cool. There's going to be a pile of work, so I don't know. I'm still determining. Just dreaming this up, seeing how I want it to work. Can't make my mind up on the fenders, so I'm going to put the radiator in it, and while I'm thinking about that, or doing that, I'll be thinking about how this goes together. That's my game plan. We'll take that off, set it out of the way. Alright, I'll show you what I got going here. Little Ron Davis action. Already got fans on it. This is somewhat where it's going to set right here. I got to measure tape it up and get it all set right. Then I believe I'm going to take and notch 1 inch down into this, around it on each side, and I'll make a little pocket for this radiator to set in. so that I can just sit down in there. I'll put some stuff on the end of it and it should be good to go. Hey, look at that.
Hi.
I didn't even know she was still around.
Just doing office stuff.
She's my office
all
girl.
Day.
Yeah. I'm just doing shop stuff all day.
That sounds super fun.
So. All right, Michelle left me. She left the shop anyway. I'm gonna cut this one out. I already cut this other side out. I'll show you in a second. We'll get after it. All right, so the frame is notched. Now if I did this halfway right, it's halfway right, I should be able to put those back in it and weld them in. So we'll get those welded back in there, then it should set down in it. Look good. Work good. Alright, so I got the bottoms and the sides welded in. I made these little pieces. They go right here in the corners. So we're getting those all plugged up, put together, and then we'll be able to test fit a radiator. That's what she's gonna look like. Little pocket built in there. Then I'm gonna put I'll show you what I'm gonna do to mount the radiator on it here in just a second. I gotta build those ones, then it's whipped. All right, got them handled. That's my cute little inset from a radiator to fit in. And now we'll set it in there and see how she fits and get things going. All right, looks pretty good. Sets right down in it like I need it to. Ron Davis, not a sponsor of mine. I wish he was. He just sells the best radiators, so I had to buy it. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't want this thing getting hot on me when I'm out wheeling, so need to stay nice and cool. So that's why I got one. All right, today working on the FJ. I got Colt here from Bleepin' Jeep. It's Bleepin' Colt.
Here to work on some Toyota stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna convert him over to Toyota. Wait and see.
You know, so when you got Chevy stuff and a Toyota, is it a Chevota or is it a toilet?
Right now this thing's a toilet. It's drinking every bit of money I got. So yeah, it's definitely that one right now. It's become apparent that I have to build rock sliders first before I can build these tube fenders. Because I'll kind of walk you through it. They're gonna come up, over, down along here, and I don't have anything to tie them to down here if I don't have my rock sliders already built. So we're changing directions and gonna build some rock sliders, so stay tuned. What if we take it off right back here?
Yeah, could do that.
Pull that piece off.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd work.
Or 10 and 12 millimeter bolts. I should just throw my standard wrenches away. Alright, one side down, that one's off. Colt's over here tackling this one. I've been trying to get my header problem solved, but the headers I ordered are not solving my problem, so I don't know what to do yet. Alright, she's clean. Now, we shall manufacture some rock sliders and get them somewhat on. We're not going to be able to finish them because I need a piece of angle iron to do it proper, so we'll get them in there as close as we can. Alright, so it's a new day. I'm down to the shop and I've decided I don't have the crap that I need. It's my list. That was a list of all the metal that I actually need to finish this thing. So basically I don't have what I need. So my radiator's sitting in here. Open the hood up so I can show you. So I don't have any 2-inch aluminum strap to weld off of here to tie my radiator in. I do not have the aluminum round stock I need to go in these, because these are my bottom radiator mounts. So I'm striking out big time today. I ran through a whole bunch of scenarios. I drug the pipe bender out. Colt was here last night and we were gonna get this thing handled. I got the DOM laying on the floor. I couldn't sell myself on it. And then I decided the way this buggy's shaped, I can't do round. This thing's got square edges everywhere on it. I gotta go square. So I'm gonna do 1 inch by 2 inch rectangle tube fenders. And then I'm gonna do 2 by 4 rectangle rock sliders. It's just gonna look way better. I knew it was. The reason I moped all day yesterday and didn't do jack on this thing because I couldn't sell myself on the idea that I was trying to do because I had that stuff. I'm not gonna do it to this thing. It deserves to be done right, so that's what I'm doing. I'll order some metal and get it done right. So you guys are gonna have to wait a minute to see it finished.